Hey, I want to go over the three major crypto bills that are about to be signed into law. So the reason why we're talking about this is because if you are sleeping through this financial innovation right now, you're going to be paying for it later. You have to skill up no matter what type of life you have right now. Your goals, your vision, and your dreams are also going to depend upon you being able to navigate and watch and see where the puck is moving to and skating there. Moving to where the future is going to be, not being just so immersed on your problems or your situation today. And yeah, this is a video about crypto bills that are just been passed in the US House of Representatives. But beyond this, it's kind of like a call to action for you to kind of, hey, wake up and see what's actually happening in the world, the innovation that's going on right now. So I'm going to go over these three specific bills and just give you a brief summary on what they mean, because they mean way more. They're much more involved, but I'm going to give you a brief summary on what they mean, the key points, and then what this could mean to you and I as we go forward in our work life, our businesses, how we interact, how we engage with the world. It's important to know how technology of tomorrow is going to be affecting us in every aspect of our life. We're living in such transformative times, and it's really just ignorant to just focus on mindset and, hey, what my dreams are, what I want to do, or, my goals, without understanding the landscape and the ecosystem of the world on what's happening right now. Because things are moving so fast, that's why we all have to keep making sure that we're diving into current topics. And that's why I'm including this here as well. So, few bills that have been passed. This one right here, the Genius Act. What does this mean? This essentially is regulation for stable coins. So, stable coin, if you haven't heard of that before, is a digital dollar, right? So, it's a digital dollar that is on the blockchain, and it's pegged 1-to-1 to a US dollar, and it's backed by either gold or US treasuries. Could be backed by other things as well, right? But it is a stable digital dollar. It does not, go up and down, and it's pegged to the US dollar. So what this means, it's going to be regulated. The stable coin is going to be regulated with federal standards for licensing, full audits, and reserves. So that way, people that are holding stable coins, transacting in stable coins, will have the security of knowing that it's being regulated by what's backing it, right? It's being regulated by standards, federal standards. And this is an important bill for this area of finance to move forward, right? It's an important bill for mass adoption, right? And you'll also see other companies come out and start their own stable coins. Maybe PayPal already has one, PYUSD, right? Stripe, other companies will have their own stable coins. And why is this even a big deal? Well, because with the stable coin, you can go into the tokenization of a real world asset. So you can take a real world asset, like a piece of real estate, and they can tokenize it. When you tokenize it, you actually create a digital version of that and place it on the blockchain. And when you do that, you can have other people invest in parts of that. It's called fractionalized purchasing or fractionalized investing. So rather than buying the whole real estate asset, you can buy, 1 out of 100 pieces of it. And you can be an investor in that. And you can be doing that from anywhere in the world. The other reason why, stablecoin regulation is important is because you get real-time 24/7 trading on the blockchain. It's not like open and close hours. It's real-time 24/7 trading in the blockchain and real-time settlement. Right now, if you're a business and you take money from your customers for services, goods and services, that money goes into your account 2 to 3 days later. Well, that's not going to be the case anymore. You're going to get real-time settlement. And that's just going to help increase the pace of financial innovation and transaction, right? So this is an important part of how we're going to do business and how we're going to transact in the world. So another thing is, you got the fractionalization, you get the real-time settlement, and you have 24/7 marketplace, right? So these are just few of the benefits of having a healthy, federal standards for stablecoin regulation. The next one that was passed, right, is the Clarity Act. The Clarity Act now, it establishes like a regulatory framework for digital assets. So regulation for digital assets. And it classifies them as securities, commodities, or stablecoins. Up until now, we haven't had a regulatory framework that is recognized in this space for digital assets. So what's a security? What's a commodity? Well, those two different areas play by different governing rules. So there's specific rules for securities and there's other rules for commodities. Now we're going to be having more clarity on what's a security, what's a commodity, and because of that clarity, you're going to get more confidence in the investment pool of people that are like, okay, now we know how to invest. We also know our taxation liabilities much better because we know what we're classifying this as, right? So the Clarity Act also passed the House of Representatives, which hopefully will be signed into law soon. Next, a third major crypto bill that was passed is the Anti-CBDC Act. Now, this is a very important one amongst all of these. It bans the Federal Reserve from issuing a central bank digital currency to protect privacy. This is the big one. You do not want your government using surveillance tactics, overseeing your spending habits, what you're buying, what you're purchasing. You don't want the programmatic digital dollar coming from your government. Wherever you live, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, are not a good thing because they put more control in the hands of the government. And why should they be controlling your monetary resources? Your ability to purchase, buy, and transact without limitation, as long as you have the resources to do that. So this is a really important one. This bans the Federal Reserve from issuing that central bank digital currency. Many people were afraid of, the Federal Reserve issuing a CBDC and then moving to a place where, they're using surveillance and kind of looking at and overseeing what you're buying, what you're doing with your money, and how you're actually utilizing your money. And this stops that from happening. So as this gets signed into law, this was also passed at the U.S. House of Representatives just yesterday. As this gets passed into law, we'll get even more confidence in the fact that, hey, this is not going to happen. And if that's not going to happen, then this is going to strengthen the entire ecosystem and give more confidence to the entire ecosystem even more. So I pop onto this session here just to give you guys a heads up on this. Because if you're going through the world and you're trying to be successful or start a business or get out of a job that you hate or join a new venture or do something yourself as an entrepreneur, it's so key to know what's happening in the world today and how this is going to affect everybody. Think about it. If you can transact faster, in real time, quicker, and you can have something like a stablecoin, a digital dollar, and anyone from around the world can invest in that dollar and can purchase it and they can hold it literally in their digital device without it being devalued. Wouldn't that change the game? Think about it. If you're from, Argentina or any of these countries where their currency is being devalued, wouldn't you rather transact in a stable coin and then hold your money there and then put that portion of that money back into a store of value like Bitcoin? So that way, even if your local currency goes down in value, you're storing your money in Bitcoin and you're transacting in like a USDC or another stable coin like Tether. And two of the biggest stablecoin market in general is $260 billion market cap. So think about it. Think about that. The stablecoin market is a $260 billion market cap. So $160 billion of that is through Tether. And then the top stablecoin issuer And then you also have USDC or Circle, right? US regulated stablecoin issuer, which is $60 billion market cap. So think about this. Would you rather store your money in your local currency if you're from a country that has currency debasement like at the fastest rate? Or would you rather put your money in a digital dollar that's backed 1-to-1 to the US dollar, to gold, to US treasuries, and perhaps even Bitcoin, right? And you can take that money, place it into Bitcoin, and now you are in a totally different ecosystem. The bank is literally on your phone or your digital device. You can store your funds in a cold storage hard drive, and you can use some funds in your digital device to interact and transact for your local goods and services. This changes the game. It takes the market and it makes it even more global, even more real time, and regulated with clear rules and regulations moving forward. Okay, so this is a massive thing. If you're not learning about this, then you are actually sitting on the sidelines while we're having the greatest financial innovation of our time. In fact, think about it this way. I heard someone say the other day, 95% of the Bitcoin out there has been mined, but less than 95% of the people in the world are invested in any of these digital assets. So it is still early because majority of the world, 1 to 3% of the world is invested in an asset like Bitcoin. And now with this new regulation coming around and being passed at the House of Representatives in the US and hopefully being signed into law really soon, could be today, like this one, this is happening today. And as it's being signed into law, it's going to change the game. It's going to open up the financial innovation and influx of new money is going to come in. It's going to change the game. And it's critical for you to know this stuff if you are going to take your life to the next level. If you're going to have breakthroughs in anything you do, you got to stay ahead of the curve. You can't just master what's happening here. You have to look at where the puck is going and skate to it to make the most of your opportunities, right? Breakthroughs happen when you start looking at things from what you want and into the future. Here's what I want. Here's the future. How do I get there? That's how you have a breakthrough. And we're all looking for breakthroughs. We're not just looking for minor improvements, right? We all want that breakthrough, right? You do something, you understand a piece of knowledge, and something different happens, and you have this massive breakthrough in your life, right? So think about breakthroughs, think out of the box. Don't get stifled into just situational thinking. Think of possibility. Think of the world you want to create. Live your life by design, not situation, right? You are in a situation right now, whatever that is, but it doesn't have to be that way. Design your life the way you want it to be, and start with skilling up through knowledge, learning from mentors, people online that help you see things differently and dream in possibility. I hope you found this one helpful. As always, have an incredible rest of your day. Like we always say, live inspired. I will see you on the next one.